to Respect the Game, a lit podcast. This is episode 4 down here in Kent County. We got our guys here. We're going to have a nice conversation today. You know, once again, everybody, real quick, just say who you are.
My name is Jermaine Harmon.
My name is Cameron Goldwood.
My name is Lamont Isabel.
Adair Williams.
Eugene Johnson.
Robert Casey.
Too smooth, boy, I tell you. I think you're going to have commercials and voiceovers and stuff. All right, today, first, before we get into what we're going to talk about, those of us that were at the Unity Day down in Dover, tell me about your experience with that.
Well, name Jermaine Harmon. I had a real good time because now I got a chance to really tell the governor, because the governor asked us questions about Kent County and what we have here, and what first he asked us when we get out of jail and what's going on in the community and all this type of stuff. So we kind of that broke it down to him, and come to find out he didn't really know too much about Kent County or Sussex County. All he knew about was Newcastle County.
Right.
So when he brought it out to his attention that this is what we don't have here and what we need to bring it here and the things he need to start looking at this area. I mean, because Delaware is 3 counties, not just 1.
Exactly.
So once he started seeing what's going on in these counties and the counties that he need to see, because there's a lot going on in all 3 of these counties. So, yeah, when I got a chance to talk to him, the Senator, Ms. Rochester, Lieutenant Governor, Ms. Walker, some of the other places that came around and talked to us too. Got a chance to see things and tell us what we really doing with the LIT program. So, you know what I mean, they got a chance to really congratulate us on what we were doing. It was a success.
What about you, sir?
Felt like it was really good. We got to interact with a lot of higher ups that'll put us in different positions to do a lot of big things. And that's what we're here for real, for real.
Yeah, the one thing that I was glad is with LIT, we're trying to expose you to something different. You know what I mean? When you start seeing different and realize how certain things move at a higher level and realize that you're the voice. Believe it or not, you're the voice that they're looking for because they really want to know what's going on. But so they can only make legislations or only act on the things that they know about. So if they don't know about it, they can't act on it. You know, we can't just assume, like I know we talk about reentry programs, but let's be realistic. Everybody in here, how active are these reentry programs?
Not active at all.
Who you going to
No,
say?
good, Ken.
No, not active. I've been hearing reentry since forever. I ain't never had nothing to deal with it.
I know.
Package in jail, that was it.
I know with their reentry in jail they have you fill out these paperwork for they was talking about for your food stamp card, your what's it, your ID and something else. Birth certificate. Social. And never do we have it. Because when I was working at social service, right, they always come in, cats will come out of jail, and they come right there and expect to get the food stamp card and all that.
Yep.
And it's never there because you got to call them people, and they got to do everything all over again. So now it's making me think like you just getting this funding for this program so you can get the what they call it, all the people that say they filled out. Once you fill out the paperwork, you turn it in and say that's what you're doing. You did the job, but actually you didn't do it because nobody really received nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it's important that we meet with people like that. We go to their field office and sit down at council meetings and all that, so we can get that message out there. Mm-hmm. Because everybody's saying, well, we got this program, we got this program, we got this program, but in reality, are they functioning? They might have it on paper, but they're not functioning. And I'm not going to put it all on them because they don't, like I said, they're only acting on what they know. So if nobody brings it to their attention, they actually think that they're doing something. Like, let's be honest, when you come home, how did they tell you, you gotta go see your PO within 24 hours, go find a job?
Yeah, so like, you know, my situation, I just came home, and then they told me to go check in with probation. I go to probation, they talking about you don't even need to be here. Like, they just sent me all around for no reason, basically. Just not to do anything.
Yeah, so it's real, no real system in place.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I never understood is you come home and they tell you gotta get ID, you gotta get birth certificate, social security card, all these things, but you don't have the documentation to get it because you just came home. So it's just a big circle of you running around. In the midst of all this, I need to find a place to live, and I got you.
Yeah.
That comes with the support system. If you don't have a support system coming home, I think we touched about this last time. The support system coming home. A lot of us don't have that. If you don't have, a lot of us use our friends, and when we go to our friends, it's our support system. Not knowing, they think they're doing something good for us, and actually they might be sending us way back to what we're trying to stay away from. And we play a part of that too, because we easy say, nah, I'm not doing it or not. But you know, once you ain't got no money, he putting something in front of you, you know you can go get money, and you be like, you know what I mean? We just need a better support system out here for a lot of us to come home. And it ain't trying to say that you got to give them tons of money, but as far as that birth certificate, ID, and social security card, you get that right there helps you out a lot. It helps you a lot. And I say a food stamp card, because now you don't got to worry about eating and all that. You can figure out. A lot of us come home, we're hungry, you know, we want to get the first meal, we don't want to eat. We probably ate in there because we trying to say, we ain't eating, I'm not eating this food, I'm going to go, can I get up in the morning? Lying to us when we come home, we know we ain't got that type of stuff.
Yeah, and they gotta, that's why it's important for them to really do it before you come home, because they ask for certain documentation that people don't even have. Like, the support system, your stuff might be scattered all over the place.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? They asking you for this, you got this piece of mail with this address. I just came home, man. Like, now I got my jail ID.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
You know what I'm saying? So and they know that. So it's like, certain things, it's like it's already set in place for you to get it. But then it's like, all these monkey bar stuff you gotta go through is what hinder you and probably make somebody just give up on the process. When they know it, like you'll have this, okay, you can tell this person just came home, documentation. They should be able to get into a system. Oh yeah, this person was just released. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All this documentation, that only documentation is to prove who this person is, and let's carry out the rest of that.
So you think if those things are in place, some people going back, you think that would be cut down? Guys would give basic necessity when they came home? Like at that point, if you got your basic necessity, whatever.
It's easier. It's easier. That food stamp card make it hella easy. You get what I'm saying? You swipe that thing like this. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things you gotta be put in place, and they can't make it hard. Like, we was looking up grants. It's grants for felons. It's grants if you got a parent that died. It's grants as long as you prove that. If the grant says you gotta have a parent that died, if I prove that I got a parent died, that should be the only thing I need to prove right there. That's what the grant is for. I shouldn't have to prove this other stuff. Like, that's making the process even harder. Like, get them people with what they need, especially if they fit the criteria. Grants for felons to start business. All right, I prove I'm a felon. Y'all look on the joint and see I'm a felon. Give me the money so I can start on board. You get what I'm saying? Like, if it's in place for me to have it, give it to me. Because why you go through all these steps? Because if all those fellas not getting it, where the money going to?
Right.
I mean, let us have the opportunity that was put there for us.
So I'm glad you said opportunity. You think it's lack of opportunity,
Not
or the lack of the information being disseminated throughout the community?
both of them. Because the information can put you to the opportunity. But then when you get to the opportunity, there's a whole nother jungle gym you gotta go through. You get what I'm saying? So you already don't got the information.
They really help who they want, though. So they really help who they want.
Yeah, you helping who they want.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The
So
people in place, you gotta have the people that, You know, I can't say that because then you know other people that have jobs. But at least somebody who in place that got an understanding of, I know what this person going through. Let me help make this process easier. Like if they need this and need that, all right, we can figure that out right here. Let me get you this. Now, I mean, it's better than a person sitting there that's, you know, in charge to delegate all that to somebody and they don't even understand the process and they just assholes about it and making it hard.
This is why I think a group I'm working with, I'm trying to get to create liaisons between certain organizations and the community. Because it's a gap. Let's be realistic, it's a gap. Because you got people over here, they might have empathy, but they never been through it. So I feel for you, but just what the book said. Versus somebody who actually been in it, they're like, nah, we're going to sit down, we're going to figure this out. You know what I mean? We're going to make sure at the end of the day, you got what you need.
You got what you need. That's what help, especially if it's there, like I said, if it's there already for the people, then it shouldn't be no qualms about the help.
Like one of the things I see Lit being a part of in the community is the voice for the people who really they believe they have a voice, but they believe they don't have a voice. I see Lit being that body that lays on like, nah, this is how we do stuff.
But just like you said, y'all were just with the Lieutenant Governor and the Senator, Lit providing an opportunity to put people around powerful pieces for them to hear.
Exactly.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Lit giving people the opportunity for you to get in certain rooms and rub shoulders with people that matter so they can hear what need to be heard. So that's important.
Because they
Just
definitely,
creating that bridge.
they definitely listened to what we was talking about. And and I understand what they saying too, you know, they trying to find, the first thing she said they just did was no more debt penalty. She spoke about that out there too in the program, and they also outside that Unity Day they was also speaking about bullying. Yeah, so I feel like when it comes to like convicts, like people that's coming out of jail, and they've been in jail 5 years or more. I believe they or especially the ones that's coming home after doing 20 and 10 and all that. That's a lot of time. They done lost loved ones and everything. They really, really, really need that help. And if you don't give them that help, 9 times out of 10, they don't know where to go, and the first thing they do is they try to figure it out. And they're going to reach out to somebody that's probably in the streets, and then they're going to get caught up.
And then one thing you said, a person, because we know how technology changes all the time.
Oh,
I get frustrated when I hear people talk about, well, just go online and fill out the form. You be like, what? Who can I call? Oh, no. You just, and then if they give you a number, it's when you call, it's it. If it's this, press 1. If it's this, press. And then you press it, and they're like, now if it's this one, then you go to this. Like, nobody got time for that. Especially you've been down for 20 years, you got no clue.
Because our prison system, our penitentiary and prison system is far behind. We're not up on technology like it should be for the cats. It's like for different states that's already up on technology and all that. We like cavemen out here. All they want to do is, you know, what is that? What's the road they call it? What's the road they call it? Where the prison, the penitentiary is? What's the road? I forgot the name. Paddock. So we already know what paddock means. So, you know what I mean? They treat it just like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. What we trying to do is, I'm not saying, the only thing we trying to do is, for these guys that's coming home, and for us that's already home, we trying to make it better. So give us opportunities to make things. Give us an opportunity. You know what I mean? So when we need to go and go do it, not saying that we making you go, we giving you an opportunity to go do it. This is what you got. All you gotta do is give it to us and see how many people go to that.
So you think, because you guys is committed, so do you think when they come home, if they can see that, yo, y'all really committed to this thing, or they more likely to be like, yo, I'm going that way?
Yes.
When they see it working, when they see how beautifully it works,
They come.
you get what I'm saying? Unless they just one of them people that still got something to prove, because you got them. You know, I speak to some people, even some young dudes, they still got something to prove. Even if they know me and know my story, they still got something to prove. They still want to become, so they ain't receiving information like that because they still feel like they didn't make nothing of themselves.
So I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna ask everybody here, everybody answer this question. What made you decide, like, yo, I gotta go different. I gotta do something different.
You tired of being the only one doing that time, man. He get the Rocky Balboa. You start adding up. I feel young as hell, man. I feel young, man. But I'm ready to be 35 this year. I feel young as shit. The diamond that was in the jail.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
And not only that, though, my parents started to see me different now. They see the movement, what I got going on now. It's like, when they see you doing, now I remember when my parents, they always gonna be something good. But they only did the bare minimum when I was out in the streets doing all this wild stuff. So when I calmed down and started working, doing this and doing that, they said, whoa. You know what I mean? And so they started to come and support me more. I mean, really, really support me.
that part too.
Yeah, and that right there, and then I got tired of jail. I got tired of doing all the weird stuff. And it wasn't making no sense to me after a while. I mean, I understand. After doing this so long, now you were like, man, listen, let me try this. Because I see people around that we used to call squares, but they're your friends. And they be like, yo, them the ones that got all the women and the ones that got, they work. And they got nice houses, cars, and just a little bit of energy they put in it. And they got other things and they know how to work. I listen to some like my brothers. I'm a prime example. I got 5, I got 6, I got a lot of brothers, but the ones that's around me hard all the time, you know what I mean? They work, they got stuff. And they're not wilding in the streets, they're not doing this. I got one brother did 10 years and he came home, ain't seen a penitentiary in years. And he done got it. He got his driving. What's that?
DUI.
No,
CDL.
CDLs. He got his CDLs. He done had a car a lot. He done had a lot of stuff, and he's constantly steady making more money. And I got another brother. They steady moving. And I started sitting back. I said, I'm the only eyeball out of all of us that's always in jail and doing this and doing. They feel like, oh, they didn't even believe in me for a minute. They thought, oh yeah, my mom. They don't see me in 6 months or in a month or two. You know, they swear I was in jail. They knew I was in jail. And I was like, well, I can't have my parents think like that. So I had to change up. Then I got a baby. I got my youngest son I raised. I had him since he was 3 months. He's 5 now. So we doing good. And let's keep me going.
So this is for Adair, stand by me. So when people are in the streets, whatever, they really don't value money, not realizing how much money.
Okay.
Because it's just boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
yeah.
So tell them the importance of money management, especially when you come home.
I know who you are first.
Oh, well, I'm Adair Williams, stand by me. And just important, what's important is just keeping your money, maintaining it, making sure you save, budgeting. I mean, it's hard. It's hard nowadays. Everything is high. Nothing's cheap, but at the same time, you gotta make sure you manage your money. Not just getting money. The most important part of getting money and having money is managing it. So once you're able to manage it and keep it intact and be able to help your family, that's the best way to have it. The best way to go with it. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely hard, but you just gotta take it day by day. It's all a process, and just like I said, just always just manage your money the best way you can.
Tell us about anybody that you work with is now a success story where they come in and their money was all over, and then you really broke down like you have this money, but if you manage it, you can have this money over here.
Well, I haven't had per se money. I've had like a credit. So like I've had a lady whose credit score was like really bad, and I got it to about like 100 points, and now she's able to buy her own home or get an apartment, whatever it is. Because before she couldn't get anything.
So
that's another thing. Even your credit. So the credit is really the biggest the biggest part. Just make sure your credit is good, because you can't do nothing with bad credit. So just having good credit can get you a home, buy you a car, better loan interest rates and stuff like that. Just the biggest and the most important thing is your credit. So just making sure your credit is good. That's always just the best way to go about everything. Just making sure your credit is good.
I just started working on it. That's what I started doing now. Is dealing with. I found out about life insurance. There's certain life insurance that you can borrow from it, and I just really got hooked onto that.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling me about it, and I was really looking into it, and I was like, man, I gotta start moving better. Like, I gotta really start getting inside this stuff and really get deep, because this is how really a lot of these people that's not a part of our, I don't want to say Caucasians or white people, I would say the different cultures are doing, are living. They live in you know, because they know how to manage, they know how to work the system, like, as far as, you know what I mean?
They told me that.
And they start early too. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
man.
No, when I was driving trucks for, and I was, one of my routes was, Rehoboth and Dewey Beach and all
So
that.
you gotta see it.
Yeah, no, but I used to stop my trucks when I see people come out of houses. Certain people, I used to ask them where they, like, I had a conversation with them, and they told me that's how they got up. They said they got their credit good,
Yeah.
borrow. They make the money, put it in, they borrow the money. They don't spend their money. They borrow the money and spend that money. You get what I'm saying? But it's a balance by the way they was explaining it to me. Like, they money never really spent. They just borrow and pay back and borrow.
And that help your credit go up.
Yeah, they said so. The whole time they making money, but they want to do something. They're not spending their money. They get a loan.
Yeah.
Or they got something. They borrow on whatever they got. Like, it's always that. They keeping it. Like, so it's like we spending the government money. They ain't spending my money.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying.
And even sometimes people gotta go bankrupt. That's not always a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
People think that
Not
going
bad with
bankrupt is a bad thing, but that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you just gotta reset your credit.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. I mean, it may not be not something you want to do, but it's not always a bad thing to just go.
It's an
bankrupt.
option.
Yeah, it's an option. I tell people that all the time. Sometimes you might go, you got what, $200,000 in debt? You can't pay that.
Yeah.
You can't pay that. So sometimes you just gotta go bankrupt, and that's fine. That's fine.
So the one thing I want to talk about, I've been posing this to a lot of people. It's called cultural poverty, right? There's some people that say that's not real, and my view it is. So how I explain it is, and especially from your generation to the younger generation, especially here at Dover. So you have this generation who's seen mom and dad working, like seen everything, right? Everything was boom, this is what we do, right? The generation behind that only heard about it. They never seen it. But at least they heard about it and know it's a real thing. The generation after that, people barely talk about it, right? So now you come to the generation that follow that, they don't know nothing about that.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're thinking that everybody, we all supposed to be in the muck and the market. That's just what it is. We in this is all it is, there's nothing more than this, because they never heard of something and they never seen it, so it's not tangible. How do we change that?
I think for me, I think it just starts with basically just, I don't know, being consistent. So it has to start with somebody. So somebody got to start. I mean, whether it's your parents, your brother, sister, you just got to see somebody doing it.
He said it first, man.
Yeah,
Tell me, it all starts, I've been seeing it this whole time, it all starts in the home, you feel me? If your parents don't care, if they don't give a fuck, you feel me, what's gonna make you do it, you feel me?
Right.
If growing up, you feel me, I seen my parents do a lot of things, you feel me? So seeing that, in your eyes, it's gonna be okay, because they're never telling you otherwise, they're never telling you different, nobody's never showing you no different, you feel me? So to you, that's all it is. There's nothing else.
Right.
That's why I say it always starts in home. If your parents don't care, what do you gotta care?
Somebody showing you. But that's where he go back with the cultural poverty, because a lot of people, if I grew up around all wolves, I can just teach you how to be the best wolf.
Right.
I can't teach you how to be nothing else other than what the information I got. You get what I mean? So that comes with the cultural poverty. Is just everybody growing up in this box with the same information.
Yeah.
You know how to go get this and fill this out and scam and sell this for this. like now, we can teach you all the. We can teach you how to cut. We can teach you how to cut all these corners.
I mean, sometimes you got special cases where like people take different routes. Like you
people
may
take
see
them.
something, but you take a different route than what that is. I mean, that's just special. Though.
And that's what he said about the people we grew up with that we, or you say was square and all that, because I always, me growing up personally, I always held them special, even in school. I mean, I held them special. I never made fun of my sick or my ego. I took, cause I understood. I always understood these are people that's gonna be. I already understood that. I said, I'm making sure they know we friends. And that's the people that end up relying on them. They see you, oh, you doing boom, boom, boom. They got this, oh, they got this. Man, I already knew that, man. I knew that from the gate. Like, man, really.
You know, ain't that something how we look at some people and then, like, you treat them bad and then you show up for the job interview, you're all tired up. Then they turn the chair around.
Look at
And you like, yo, I ain't even mean that. You know what I mean?
Because you're going to have to go to this what I learned by the street. Like, you're going to have to U-turn and go that way. If you got some sense one day, you got to go this way. And they already there. They already went that way. You're going to have to turn around. You know what I'm saying? This may be fun for a little bit, if that, but you're going to have to go that way.
And that's why I'm trying to change the way I think about even the financing, the financial part, the everything, even how I raise my kids now, even in the neighborhoods, and because it's not, that's because we grew up in a neighborhood. It's not bad about these neighborhoods. It's not bad about it. It's just you have a better shot at making your kids more understanding if we was the
Take them away and get them up out of there.
yeah, you can get them out of it, but I'm saying I think it's more so because you can take them out of there.
And they still want to go in their footsteps.
It's like you have to really change yourself, and they got to show them a different you. Like, because now, like, I got some of my kids right now that don't understand who I am now. The only thing they used to hearing is, you hear about what your dad was and how he was in the street and what he did. And that's all they look, they idolize that part. Oh, my dad, But now your dad's like pretty much really laid back. I really don't really be around people no more. I really, I'm not saying I speak to everybody. I just don't be around people no more. It's just I do more of trying to change the narrative of me.
Okay. So you saying that, right? So it's kids out here that idolize, like, their parents is like doctors and stuff, and they still out here in the streets, like.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the
You
music.
see that?
They influence.
They influence.
Influential, bro.
Because they, you know, when you're growing up in a good shelter spot, and and you get a chance to come out, go to school. If you ain't going to public school, you know, if you're in a shelter, you probably go to a private school or something like that. But when you get a chance to go to a college,
And that's what.
that's, you know what I mean? Now you seeing different stuff that you never got a chance to see. And when you got a chance to see it, in college you really see it. And people don't understand this. College can be just like, it's a Super Bowl, it's a different, all different types of people in there, you know what I mean? You got people in the hoods go to college. You know what I mean? They still part of what they doing. They still part of something. And they just go to college. They just made it to college.
But I learned something about how to, I learned a method I use, even with some of the young dudes I deal with that still call me and stuff that still be in that way. I learned a psychological method that get them, you know, because the way I'm going, they see it and I tell them, but every couple weeks, couple months, they talk to me, I'm like, damn. They like, yeah, man, I'm alright. You got a car yet?
Basic.
Yeah. How much money you got? Man, I'm just trying to go get $20. So you been out here this whole time. Like, that's how you start checking on this show you what this do for you, because I wouldn't do that. I used to be outside all day sometimes at 15, come in the house with them. Even my girl, my mom, somebody used to say, well, you was out there all day and you got $40. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you have some days like that, but it's just showing you like you could have been doing something else with the less rich. You just gotta show them like we weren't thinking like that. And then I ain't had no older people really telling me and having me thinking like that, really challenging my thinking.
So you think that's something that's missing?
Yeah.
Like,
Guidance.
say that, go ahead, explain.
Guidance.
And challenging somebody thinking, 'cause we all think we right. We all think we right. Everybody think
You know,
we
got
right.
somebody should do the right way, it's like,
Mhm.
you doing everything wrong.
Mhm. Or even if you the type of person that don't listen to when somebody telling you something, you listen to results. Just like I said, I knew some people I talk to, they don't listen to me. They're like, oh man, you went there, boom. And when I'm pointing out to them, like, boom, this not giving you nothing. But I'm not telling them this not giving you nothing. Like, what you doing? You got? Are we trying to get that? Oh, damn. You been like just pointing out to them like, yo, you been doing this for this long. You ain't got this. You don't got this. I mean, there's some grown people like, yo, it's okay to start, but everybody start different. We all grown. Get on this way because you ain't gonna get it that way.
So you think the key to change, talking about just cultural poverty, the key to changing that narrative is to be consistent at what you do, no matter how small the success is in the beginning initially, but how do you be consistent? Because a lot of people, you know the New Year's thing, I'm going to go to the gym for about 2 weeks, then that fall off. So I'm going to go do this, then another month that fall off. How do you be consistent when you don't see results right away?
Discipline.
That's what, yeah, the discipline is even hard for me. I just tell myself, you gotta be that voice in your head, man. You got to. It's hard. It's hard. That is hard, especially when you got a whole bunch of other stuff going on. I do music. I ain't even able to get to my music lately. I gotta do this. Gotta do this. When I do got the time, I feel burnt out. I need some rest. That's the time I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
Right when I'm burnt out, I gotta push through it. If I don't do it now, I ain't never gonna do it.
That's pretty much what it is in any way. In life now, especially the changes we making, we got to stay disciplined.
Cause it seemed like time, I don't know what happened with the world, but it seemed like, I always felt like time was going fast, but it seemed like this.
Fast.
It seemed like,
You know what that is,
you
though?
better get it right there.
'Cause people always told me that when I was younger, that as you get older, time speeds up.
Yeah.
It's not that time speeds up, you're just more aware of what's going on around you. Because when you're young, you're not aware. What are you aware of? I'm going outside to play. I don't know about the electric
I
bill,
got
dude.
school.
I ain't, you know what I mean?
I'll play the game.
Everything is time in, you're right, everything, the bills come so everything you feel to get closer to this, get closer to that, get closer to that. Yeah, when you're young, you feel like this days can last forever.
Damn, right. You be able to play outside all day.
Remember them days, though?
Yeah, but now,
All of them,
You know what's sad, though? You know what's so sad, though?
Stop running it out.
Like, I'm looking at the youth
Go out
growing
and
up
stay
today.
out.
They can't go outside and play like that.
What do you? I want this off topic a little bit, but it's kind of on topic. And what you said, what y'all said. Do you think we a little rough on the kid? Because I want to allow my kid to do certain things. But when he just said we used to be outside playing all day, I remember I used to climb to the top of the damn tree, like damn it, fall and break your neck. We was just free to do.
Yeah.
So
It's a different world, though, bro.
when we was climbing all the way up top of the tallest trees, I'm talking about if we fall, it's over. Like, if we nobody, no parents nowhere, we always got to.
But that was fun.
It was.
But that, you know what it did, though? In an indirect way, that challenged you to get outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, it did. It damn sure
You
did.
know what ruined it? Technology.
I feel like they do need a lot more things in the community.
We had the
like
game back then,
neighborhoods.
though. We had the
Because
same.
I be riding
Yeah,
my own
but you
neighborhood.
know back then, but you know back then, you got about 30 minutes to an hour now. Turn that motherfucker
Yeah,
up.
they
You
gonna
feel me?
turn it up.
Nowadays,
We was outside,
nowadays
bro.
they use electricity to remedy everything. Your child start crying or your child fussy, here's
The
tablet.
tablet,
You feel me? It's dinner time and they don't want to hear you while they try and eat. Here, go to tablet. Nah, I grew up, there's no electronics at the dinner table. You feel me? If you bring your electronic to the dinner table, you lose it for a week. Like,
Who else that was in?
my parents' house.
So that was something good that came out of it.
Yeah, my dad.
Nah, I said I was
used to be
good.
on that. My
Yeah,
dad used to be on that. You feel me?
You can pull something good
Yeah,
out
my
of
dad
it.
used to be on that. You feel me?
So go.
I say you go out your neighborhood right now, you don't see no kids outside.
Yeah.
Like back in my day, on my neighborhood, they used to have a church. They used to do things with the community. You don't see none of that no more.
And you know what? And like you said, technology. Because now I got kids.
Yeah, you
You know what I'm saying?
Technology help you with them kids.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
it does. But it also, because now, like I got my 5-year-old, my 8-year-old, my 9-year-old, and all. They come in, they get up, eat cereal, they want to play the game. You could be watching TV, and you be like chilling. They're like, Dad, can I play the game? I'm like, why would you talk about want to play the game? You see me watching TV. You know what I mean? But then, you know what I mean? You would send them, and then you'll be like, it's like, I don't want them to get caught up in just playing video games all the time. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, like sometimes I might grab my son and we'll do some things that I like, teach him something like, you know what I mean, how to say the ABCs or count this or certain things. I just do it maybe 10 minutes out of the day, and I do it, and because I ain't gonna lie, I got so much to do, so I try to take 10 minutes and be like, yo, my man, let's do your ABCs right now. He'll do it, and he'll get out of it, and get the M, and then start changing stuff. Then I say, nah, take your time, but you just gotta have time to put in like kids nowadays. That's it.
To bring it back full circle on even when we talking about them. People like me, him, you, or people like that had an idea of, are we hindering evolution? Because kids might gotta grow up like that now for whatever's coming in the future.
What's coming next?
You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about even when we talk about the kids, how they growing up in certain communities, if there's a process for whatever's next, and we're not supposed to be able to change it all the way.
Right.
I never thought like that. Yeah, I never really thought like that.
Nah, because my brain go like that. I'm like, why is it going like, damn, you know?
That's great.
I didn't really
But a
thought
part of, somebody gonna argue, but anyway, we all are a product of adaptation. We will adapt to whatever environment that we put in.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. If you could be the streetest out in it, and you put over here somewhere, you'll adapt to that lifestyle and be cool with it.
Yeah.
And vice versa. You have somebody, they ain't never seen the bricks, right? Stick them in there for about a year.
Yeah.
That's what they gonna do.
They gonna know in and out.
Oh, yeah, right. Like they've been there all their life or something.
Look, so I want to put this out there because it's the big thing going on now. So LeBron James, his son got drafted. Bronny, 55. He got his contract signed. So now everybody's going back and forth arguing about, that's why he do this. He only in. And I'm not a hater of LeBron. I ain't his biggest fan, but I ain't a hater. All he did was teach his son the family business, like they do with every other culture. Period.
Lloyd teaching his grandson family, but he always got NBA YoungBoy son with him in the gym.
Yeah,
Like he show him what he do.
Oh, Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check this out. So I told somebody. So he taught his son the family business, and everybody's complaining, but everybody praised the dad that put a pack in his son's hand. Everybody praised the dad that take his son out on the block, or he in the backseat of the car while they in the mix. They'll praise that person like, yo, your son gonna be like that. But you upset because a person who you can't really bring no dirt on taught his son the family business.
And getting this
Yeah,
other
we
son.
could bring dirt on him. Even if we could bring dirt on him, man, that's one thing
But
I'm
it's
tired
because he
of.
went to the Lakers for real.
Nah,
That's why he is.
Just because LeBron and his son, and
They both
they know he
Lakers.
pulled some. They know he pulled some moves because they put their stats up. There was a person way better than LeBron's son that didn't get drafted at all.
Right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They like,
Yeah.
no, LeBron pulled some.
But check this out. Even going back to that, it's all about relationship and influence.
Is it?
Period. Like everybody knows somebody that went out to the street and they might have had the mind for it, but they ain't know nobody, so they ain't
Yeah,
put that.
that's about
Ain't nobody put them there.
That shit made me mad back in the day. I ain't know nobody. Everybody was getting the hit because they was getting hit.
But you gotta sort of think about it, how they thinking too. They looking at, okay, how certain coaches look at certain other cultures. They look at it like, from you take it back in the day when they said, in the plantation times, when they said, this big, strong black man, he had a kid, he was, you know, real strong, and he did things, and so they said, okay, when they pitched him out there, they sell him and all that, they already looked at him and said, he came from this and that.
He came from good stock.
He came, right, I didn't want to say all that, but he came from good stock. So what they looking at now is like, because you always hear him say, he has the potential to be the greatest, one of the great basketball players, because they looking at it, he got his generation, his genes, his DNA from his dad.
That's the game they play.
Exactly, now he paying.
No.
And how many basketball players'
Right.
sons made it to the league? And they didn't do nothing. There's a lot of basketball players got sons in the league right now that they excel over the dad, but they in the league. They made it to the league just because their dad was good stock. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they look at it. Everybody's because they don't understand how they understanding things. Oh, they bringing LeBron's son in. They got all this big media going on. Oh, that money's gonna come in there.
Yeah, that's
You prove them right, or they try to prove us wrong in another argument. They look at it like nature. Your genetics make you more susceptible to be better here. But then when in the criminal world, they try to say that no, nobody can be born like that or have that in them. It got to be nurtured. Why it got to be that way in this way, not that way in that way?
Yeah.
You
know why?
Got the genetics for
Because I always go back to, and this is why it's so important that lit continues to develop. You got to control the narrative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got, you know, like I tell people when they talk about, I want a seat at the table. I don't care about the seat at the table. I want to write the menu.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who at the table. I got the menu.
Yeah.
This is what you got to eat from.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get that mentality. We got to change the narrative. Just because we're in the room don't mean we really got a voice.
Yes. And you're right.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be a big voice for my family first. And you know what I mean? I'm getting the tools and knowledge and understanding about just sitting back and watching certain things when I'm being put in a certain situation. And I look at it and I'm like, because I bring up that Saturday, I got a chance.
That was major.
Yeah, and it was so crazy. I didn't never know I never seen that many top officials that we took pictures with us and actually sat down and had a genuine conversation with them. And it's like, I never would have thought I would ever got a chance to do nothing like that. Because I was put myself down as, I would never get doing it. I'm over this. I used to say that, but now I don't say that no more.
Now that goes back to my statement. Cultural poverty.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never seen it, you never knew it exists.
Exactly.
Now you've been exposed to
Now I can't stop.
it. All right.
I want more.
Everybody. All right, Smooth, we got to say something for everybody so we can get up out of here.
Like I said.
Whatever, man. You got to leave them with a nugget, man.
Yeah, with a positive letter and notice. Words of wisdom.
I'm gonna say
Good.
it's not about how you start, it's all about how you finish in the end.
What about you, Money Man?
I'd say just to be consistent. That's it. That's the main thing. Just be consistent. Stand on what you're doing and just continue to be you.
And what he said, and just don't let nobody get in your way and tell you can't do nothing that you got your mind set to. Persevere.
I'm gonna say, believe in yourself and don't wait for people to cheer for you before you do something.
That's good, bro.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's good.
Stay focused. Stand on your own. Stand on your own one too, man. And keep staying focused. Keep driving. Don't let them just stop you from moving forward.
Yep, and I'm going to leave everybody up, and I'm going to get on the spiritual tip. Whatever it is that you believe in, the biggest issue I see is everybody has something or something that they believe in. The issue is they don't believe in themselves that they can do it, what was promised to them. You know what I mean? No matter what religion or whatever your belief system is, it's telling you these things are possible. But if I can believe in something that's letting me know it's possible, I got to believe in myself that I can do it. You know, a lot of times people get caught up in, oh man, everybody's telling me I can change my life around, but do you believe in yourself that you can change your life around? So this ends episode 4, Respect the Game. See y'all, deuces.